Welcome, welcome once again to Words Have Power. This is Teresa Hawley-Howard. This is our September summit. We are so excited to the women who are sharing with you on this summit, to the empowerment that they're bringing, the inspiration, and really the things that they're teaching you. So you know that you are coming away with a wealth of knowledge from the women we have chosen to be on this summit. We are so happy to have with us today Leslie Thomas Flowers. We are so excited to have you on our show and really for you to inspire the women. I know I've been following you for years now, and I have always been inspired and encouraged by you. And so I'm so happy to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here, really excited, and our conversation.
And I know that we have a great topic tonight. You know, sometimes we don't realize the skill set we have, and we kind of, for a better word, we downplay ourselves, or we, kind of don't really shine as much as we could because we're not really creating the things that we need to spotlight that skill set. And I know that's one of the things that you really shine at, that you are really good at bringing out in women and your clients.
Well, that's my mission, Teresa, is in 2013 when I learned the results of the statistics for closing the gender wage gap, found out that it was going to be 2054 before women and men in the workplace are paid the same. And so I had already for years and years been working with business principles and universal laws with men and women to have them set the goals they want and achieve them, and became an expert in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, which has the synthesis of business principles that have been used for 5,000 years by men. And men know them, but they kind of know them instinctively, so they don't really have a lot of power with them. And so I've been teaching women over the last 6 years, once I found out about the wage gap, how to use these principles and repeat them, right, on purpose, so that they are earning not only what they're capable of, and most of the women are capable in their industry, they don't believe that they deserve to be successful. And why would we? We've only been in business for 3 decades. Our skill set is quite unique to business. It's different, right? We're the nurturers. You don't nurture in business. At home, we set 10 goals and we achieve them all, and everybody goes out with their lunchbox. And if there isn't enough steak, you take the smallest piece. That's what we've been doing for 5,000 years. But in business, you set one goal, and that is very different. So that's my work. I am driven for the women who are ready, and not everybody's ready at the same time, and that's okay. When they know they're ready for more, because they've been asking, isn't there more? There is, when you decide you want to go look for it. So that's just a little bit about me.
I think that's so true. I think that sometimes we try to take that nurturing, loving, fostering person into the business place. We do that when we have clients. Maybe we baby them. If they don't make a deadline, we try to extend it for them. We don't have things written in stone. And that is not the way to be successful in your business. So you have to learn the skill set.
Yeah,
you have to learn that skill set.
Right. So there are a group of skills that you actually can learn. And the cool part about it is once you learn them and apply them, you get to do it over and over again, which ultimately means that at some point in the next, say, 20 years, women are going to actually out-earn men, because they're not only doing what men are doing, they're doing it intentionally because they've learned something. There's a lot of stuff we don't know.
I think that's
if we
so
sent
true.
all the men home to be house husbands, they would have a learning curve. Well, so do we. And I'm here to help close that curve. So what shall we talk about today? What do you think your audience would love to hear?
Let's talk about taking that first step. You've decided to be in business. I know or maybe you're in your first 2 years of business. So you've gotten over the hurdles. You've gotten over, you know what you want to do. You've honed your business down to, because when we start, we're kind of all over the place, kind of floundering a little bit, but you've honed it down. You know what you're going to serve, what your client is to serve. You know who she is, where she is, how to find her. Now, how do you take it to the next level? What skill sets do we need in order to expand our businesses, and not be stagnant? I think that's a lot of women get stuck. We learn one set and we just stay at that one level because we're happy there. We don't have that instinct to more. We don't think we can ask for more. We say, oh, well, we were pretty successful in this. We got the first leg up. We got our first affirmation. We got our first little certificate, or we got our first, whatever it is in your business. Because, some of them have little trophies or little things, for the stepping stones of your business. And we don't know to ask for more. We don't think we deserve it. We think, oh, well, we're getting pushy now. And in men, they just blow right past that. There is no hesitation.
Exactly. They don't see, the thing about men is through 5,000 years of running business, there's a certain level of confidence. So for example, people that have worked in corporate, women that have worked in corporate, how many times have you seen a man step up for an opportunity that he wasn't qualified for, but it was innate? He innately stepped up. And then, of course, after being in corporate for 45 years before I became an entrepreneur, it's all the women in the office who would actually do the work that he stepped up for. We're not saying that there's anything wrong with that. That is a habit. That is a belief of deservability, which has been developed over 5,000 years. They own it. We don't. Anything at home, we do. What we want to do is replicate that same level of confidence. Again, it's not your ability, because you can become an expert. You can continue to improve. I recommend you do that, because as long as you're learning, you're growing in your understanding your potential. And it's a little scary, but your choice is to grow a little scared or to slip back and sit on the couch. And very often women play at business. Maybe they have a partner or a husband of another source of income. So you have to decide for yourself whether you're in business for real or you're playing. And here's the thing, it's okay to play. If you are a woman who is okay, right, working in a business part-time and making a little pin money and going to networking events and just playing, that's fine. You deserve to play. And how fortunate for you to not have to worry about generating income. The other side of that is the poorest segment in our country is single women with children. So let's talk about you where you don't want to play, right? You're tired of waking up worrying, are you going to pay this, or are you going to be able to get your daughter's prom dress, right? I mean, those are very real things. And here you are, an expert, or certainly becoming an expert in your field. You're astute there, but there's something inside of you that says, I don't deserve it. Am I really the one? And you won't step out until you're sure you can do that. So where I go to work is on how to change your belief in yourself, i.e. to build confidence. So confidence is a muscle, and it grows just like any muscle in direct proportion to its use. When you go to a health club, you don't go once every 2 months unless you're playing at that. You go 3 times a week to do your calf raises, and you notice a change. Confidence is the same thing. In order to build belief in ourselves, because again, we're going to assume that you're capable and you can become more capable. That's easy enough, because we are. What we're not able to do, we do not come into 21st century business confident that we can do it. So how do we do it? how do we build confidence? How do you exercise that muscle of confidence with consistency over time to build it to the point where you do step up, because not only are you capable, but you also deserve it and you're confident. Would you like to know how?
Yes, we would, because that is the key to everything. That is the key.
It really is. And let me tell you, I've been in personal development for 25 years, corporate for 45 years. And yes, they overlapped. Otherwise, I'd be in my 90s. And I've spent the last 11 years and 14,000 hours and 5 books figuring these things out for women, really for myself. I've been like a dog with a bone, right? I mean, it's been my life's purpose this last 11 years. And the results I get showed that this actually works. So here's the trick. The way you exercise the muscle is through setting and achieving goals consistently and repeatedly over time. But wait, no one I've ever met has ever taken a course in how to set a goal that you'll have your best shot at achieving. Not in high school or college have I ever met anyone in 11 years who knows how to set a goal. So here's the problem, which I solved years ago. So if we don't know how to set a goal that we can achieve consistently in spaced intervals, right? Oh, it was a little scary, I did it, and oh, I did such a great job. Let me do it again. And then you go do it again. And every time you do this, and this is with a goal or a task or an intention or a purpose, it's whatever you say you're going to do that you do that exercises that muscle. So it has to be in consistent intervals, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then the problem is well, what about setting goals? You know, we achieve goals haphazardly. You only have to look at a health club any January and it's packed and people are tapping their feet and I could be doing something else, right? And oh, I really need to get out of here. Why is everybody here? Because this is my goal. And then in February, when you come back to the health club, there are some machines and there are people next to you and you have nice conversations. In March, it's a desert because we don't know how to set a goal. Well, I teach how to set a goal. I know the benchmarks. So once you understand the parameters or the rules, it's just like with algebra, a word problem. Once you know the rules, then when you set a goal, you check off, okay, does it do this? Does it do this? The big one is that it has to motivate you into action. And it's something you want, not something you need. And there's reasons behind that. It doesn't mean you don't need to put food on the table, but you don't have to set that as a goal because you want to set goals that you're actually going to achieve with consistency. So if you follow the benchmarks, fortunately, my clients have already closed the wage gap and exceeded it. And it's 50, 40, 30 years away already. Because I've taught them the benchmarks and the parameters of achievement. So they do every quarter, we set a big business goal and sometimes personal. Then we set tasks each week over the quarter that you would need to do in order to reach that goal. Yes, of course, sometimes we work ourselves or paint ourselves into a corner and we lose that. But I've also figured out how to do that too, so we have plenty of time. I've had years to figure out what makes it easier for women. What are the roadblocks for us that I can get rid of? So when you know how to set a goal, then you set one where you have your best shot at achieving. And then every one of those tasks is exercising that muscle. So every quarter, we're now entering our 25th consecutive business quarter since October 2013. That means 25 goals, if you were with me this long, okay, business goals that you've reached. And it means 12 weeks of tasks that you've set and achieved and set and achieved. And by the way, it's a lot of fun because you begin to predict your outcome. You get very confident in what you're doing, just like you were at home. So the idea here is to build faith in your deservability. You already have faith in your ability, no doubt, but you have to have both to be successful in business. So what do? You learn how to set a goal that gives you your best shot at success. So you've got to find somebody who already teaches this and knows exactly how to do it. Okay, I can help you there. There are other people, I'm sure. Okay, then you begin to acknowledge yourself every time you achieve one, right? So what happens then is you begin to get so confident that these little scary things that before you would, oh my God, never do, you're doing all the time. And now you're doing them habitually, and you have faith. Faith and habits are the same in the sense that once you believe something, nobody's going to talk you out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Right.
it's a habit, but nobody's going to talk to you about it because you own it. You believe it. You have perfect faith in it. So you could really mush together faith and belief. The key is with women, they're missing the deservability. As soon as you start setting and achieving goals based on stuff you never knew before, but now you knew, you do it consistently so that the muscle is built. And before you know it, since you already have the ability part, now you have the self-worth and deservability. And that's it.
Yes. And I think that is so key, because as women, we don't really have that ingredient yet. And once we know better, we'll do better. Once we have that ingredient, we'll be off, we'll be really stepping into what our destiny is, stepping into what is meant for us, because we'll know we deserve it. And until we own that, we won't ask for it. We won't demand it.
And I want to tell you, it's okay if it's not right for you right now. You really want to really look and say, because everybody gets really curious and hungry about, isn't there more to life, right? And they get this fire and this kind of curiosity, and they have dreams at different times. So if you're a listener, if you're in a place like, oh, not for me, right? You're fine where you are. It'll come around another time. If, however, what I'm sharing with you resonates, you're feeling it, you're thinking, oh boy, I'm right here at the right place in the right time. And there probably is only going to be 1 out of 100 women that actually see that this is a doorway into your next step in a big way. Then you do something about it. But I don't want you to chastise yourself because you think you should be doing something. No, you will know when you're ready. You'll hear something, you'll hear someone. It could be me, it might be 5 years down the road, it might have already happened. Then you'll go, oh, I'm ready for this, let's go. And those are my ideal clients. So I'm good with 1 out of 100 or 200 people, because every woman that I've worked with, they are willing. A lot of us want things, but very few are willing to do the work. So I want you to be ready. Right? Mm-hmm. It's a little scary, but that's the excitement of it, because then you know that you actually have infinite potential. We all do. We just don't arrive at it at the same time. So I can't get everybody to come and work with me. You can't get everybody to want to do books with you until it's something important to them. So there is an answer. It's tied up in not in your ability, but your deservability, that thing inside of you, which is normal. Because why would you think that we're now in 21st century business for 3 decades and we would know how to get out there and do it? We wouldn't. So it's a process. And you had said in the beginning, the people who have been in 2 or 3 years and they know things, etc. I have got news for you. You in general. Those things grow and transform and change. But as soon as you start to get clear about what you love and move in that direction, the rest unfolds. The right teachers show up. the things you need to hear. The universe or God, however you want to look at it, it's one energy, is conspiring for you to be a success. So God will throw people on your path with the exact answer or be the right person. And your comment would be, the first reaction is, oh, what a coincidence. This is exactly what I was looking for. What I want you to know is, when you're ready, it is not a coincidence.
Right.
It is not a coincidence, because we don't own these ideas. They're given to us when we're ready. And sometimes we're not ready. But if we are ready and we take it and we move with it, you'll find that the universe actually has wind at your back. Money starts flowing, answers and people start showing up, and you're going, what is going on here? These are the miracles that people have referred to forever, that are always around us. I teach people how to recognize them when they arrive, so that you don't say, oh, well, that was a coincidence. It's not. It's proof of faith that what you are doing doesn't violate the rights of anybody else. And you are out to serve. You have a big why. You want to help people. You want to live abundantly. You're allowed. You're supposed to live abundantly. First you, then everybody else. So this is a different kind of mindset. I was way back in the beginning myself, and I've stepped through, just like you have, Teresa, all of these iterations. Some things I've understood and some I haven't, and later I did. So the answers are there if you're ready.
I think that's so true. And if you're not ready, it's okay. We are all at different levels. We are all in different places in our journey. You know, when you start business to 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you're going to be in different areas. You're going to evolve. You're going to transform. You're going to grow. And it's okay. It's okay if you're not ready. In a year or two, it may be for you. But if you are ready, it's time to step through the door. It's time to grab what's for you and run with it. Because there are no limitations, only the ones you put on yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, imagine if a paraplegic can climb Mount Kilimanjaro, you ought to be able to do something.
That's
right?
right.
But again, remember, if you're playing in business, God love you, go play, right?
Right.
But, you know, my ideal clients are not playing. I love you. And I loved when I played years and years ago, when I was married and I had money and time and I could putter and play. I miss those times, but I've had them. Now I love watching women step out and watch how they manage to influence their own results through what they're thinking and how they're acting and their level of confidence. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. Tell my listeners how they can connect with you, how they can reach out to you, and if they're ready and they're your ideal client, how they can work with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So on Facebook, you'll find me, Leslie Flowers. I'm a trailblazer for women in business. You'll find me, you'll recognize me, although my hair was shorter then. On Instagram, I'm Leslie Flowers Enterprises. I have a wonderful Facebook women's group of thought leaders. These are women who are 21st century aspiring or thought leaders. So this is a fairly direct page. It's a lot of fun, but there's no garbage on there. There's nothing political or ugly. They were all at a higher level of awareness, don't have a lot of time. My women's group is called One Woman's Voice on Facebook. My website is Leslie, LESLIE-flowers.com. My email is leslie@pathsofchange.com. And I'm also on LinkedIn. So if you're looking to find me, also if you check on Amazon, I have 4 bestsellers. You will find books there as well. So I would love to meet you. I trust that you got something special for yourself out of this conversation with Teresa. Teresa is a heart-centered servant. She's doing this for you, and so am I.
Thank you so much for being on the show. As I knew you would, you have really inspired, encouraged, and really just spoke the truth, because sometimes that's what we need. We need someone just to be honest and real with us. And thank you so much for being so transparent. Thank y'all for listening. Words Have Power is really here to inspire, encourage, and uplift you and help you go to that next level. Sometimes you don't know where to start, and that's what these women are here for, just to give you that input and maybe just that little nudge you need to go on with your business, to step out of your comfort zone and make it happen. As always, words have power. Let's use them to change our world and the world around us. Y'all have a great day, and thank you once again, Leslie, for being with us.